We had one question which I think is very relevant at this point of time, hence I'm asking you.
Sure.
Because we are talking about stress interviews and confidence and things like this. So a lot of time, maybe genuinely or artificially, whenever we give an answer, the interviewers try to, even if the answer is right or the answer is not so very relevant, that they try to give some expressions which are not very welcoming and which actually, pull our confidence down to with a greater velocity. So in this kind of this kind of situation where we don't know, or we come in the self doubt whether we have answered it correctly or whether they have perceived it correctly or whatever it is. But those expressions, actually, negative expressions, facial expressions, puts us down, and then it is very difficult to make that comeback that we're looking at. So how do we handle this situation?
Thankfully, I have another real life anecdote or incident which I would like to address. In fact, Prathamesh, it's related to HK Institute. I hope they're not watching it. So Professor Tamojit Roy, sorry, I hope this video doesn't reach him, though he's a good friend now of mine. But the first time when I met him, he's an IITian, okay, and a very, a very senior person in the industry with a lot of experience, right? So he put me in this stress interview to check my confidence level. So sometimes remember, doesn't matter how the other person is, the interviewer is, I'm going to be confident and I'm going to be comfortable in my own skin. That's the attitude you need to carry. So talking about this particular incident, okay, his body language was very intimidating, like Prathamesh said, okay. So it was like, he crossed his hands like that, and he was not smiling at all. And he said, we are not looking at any trainers randomly, okay. We are very particular about the trainers we take. So what is it? I mean, what do you want to offer here? What are you here for? Okay, and that was, okay, quite intimidating. I can't even imitate him. But he did that on purpose. Later on when we had a conversation, I knew that. So I was just the way I think I should be. So I did not mirror his, or I did not get intimidated, because that was an informed choice. So the moment you decide before the interview कि interviewer कितना भी खड़ूस हो, stress interview कर रहा है, he's doing it on purpose. And what is he trying to look for? He's trying to see, do you get intimidated? He's trying to check your confidence level. So आपको वही prove करना है ना कि आप intimidate नहीं होते, आप confident रहोगे. So it's like a game play, it's like a role play, right? So look at it at that way, that he's doing it on purpose probably, right? Or I'm not going to change the way I'm going to behave just because he's like that. I will still continue being confident. And that is exactly what I did. I was very comfortable. In fact, I asked him questions, and now coming to the next part of what Prathamesh said, sorry Prathamesh, I would ask you to repeat the latter part of what he said. When they are intimidating, their body language makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I think I addressed that.
How do we come back? How do we come back from this? Because it generally puts us down.
Yes. So when they put you down and they make you feel like your answers, yeah, you've told about the answers. You're not sure if your answers was right because your body language is very negative or intimidating, giving out signals of you're not good, or I didn't like your answer. What you can do is very assertively, without feeling low about yourself. If you're not sure because of his non-verbal communication, you can cross-check. You can be very assertive and ask that, I hope my response has been in sync or in alignment, or is aligned to what you are expecting from this question. Or I hope I'm aligned to your question. I hope my response was appropriate. I hope I'm clear in what I just communicated. I hope I was clear enough, or I was, understandable. So you can ask or seek clarification in a very polished, polite and courteous manner, and still continuing to smile and be humble and comfortable. What will happen eventually, they'll realize this person is not getting broken. This person is not really getting intimidated. So kitne der wo log, they will, put on the act. Eventually they'll drop their guards, because they know that इस पे ये नहीं चल रहा है, ये पैतरा चल ही नहीं रहा है इस पे, इसको फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है, ये still she is quite assertive. So if you're not sure तुम्हारा आंसर करेक्ट है तो पूछ लो ना, उसमें क्या है, डरने वाली कौन सी बात है, कोई गन पॉइंट पे तो नहीं रखा ना, they're not going to kill you or shoot you, worst come worst क्या होगा, they didn't like you, that's it, you're not going to get selected, that's it. So be very chilled out. That's exactly what I did in all my interviews. I got chosen. To be honest, I was like, Swayamvar nahi bolna chahiye, but I was the one to choose whether I want to work in that company because of this very simple hack. Be comfortable in your own skin. Be confident 24/7. Even if I'm not good enough in the eyes of the interviewer, This is what I am, and I'm okay with that. That attitude is so important. Being positive.
तू नहीं तो कोई और सही. In case of companies also, ladies and gentlemen, this is what it is. अगर आपको एक कंपनी हायर नहीं कर रही है, रिजेक्ट कर रही है, of course there are lines or tons of opportunities available in the market. As Jack Ma always says, the world is full of tons of opportunities. 10 years back, the world was full of opportunities. Today, the world is full of opportunities, and tomorrow also the world will be full of opportunities. The question is, have you aligned yourself well mentally, physically, with skill set, with right personality factors to align with those opportunities? Because there are opportunities, and that is more of a homework rather than understanding or probably feeling sad about the expressions not going your way or not very welcoming.